You want to be happy, you want to be wealthy, you want to find the perfect soulmate, you want to succeed in life, have the dream job that you always wanted. So you go to Allah, you ask Him, and you realize that sometimes Allah may give you what you ask, sometimes not, right? Depending on whether it's good for you or not, and we're going to be talking about this later on. But there is one thing that Allah always give you, and if you make dua about it, Allah always accepts it, which is al-hidayah. If you ask Allah to guide you to the right path, Allah will guide you to the right. If you ask Allah, said, Ya Allah, please help me become a better person. Ya Allah, please help me learn to forgive people. Ya Allah, please help me fix my prayers. Please help me get rid from that bad habits. Allah always accepts this dua and will certainly guide you to the right path. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, and welcome to another video. Thank you so much for being part of the journey, being part of the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And without further ado, let's jump to it. So this is Ramadan Talks episode number 2 after making a video about Ramadan Talks episode number 1 in 2022. In this video, I will share advices and general thoughts about some things that changed my life, changed my perception about life in general, and may change yours too. Without further ado, stick till the end. And yeah, just gonna talk with no script, recording, talking from the heart, right? I hope you enjoy it. So starting first by lesson number 1. So basically Ramadan this year passed really fast. Time flies. So at the end of the month, there will be two kind of people. One team, one group of people that are satisfied of their deeds, worships, and another group of people that spent Ramadan not in the good way, and there is no need to go into details. So the lesson that I took here, and I'm sharing with you, is that the first days of Ramadan determine how you spend the rest of the days. Even if the routine, the activities may change from the one day to another, the same routine repeats itself. And if you were disciplined in the first days, and you were like strict with yourself, I need to do this and that, so that I want, like for example, in the first days of Ramadan, you didn't start watching TV series, you'll not watch TV series the whole month, right? And this can be also applied in other areas of our lives. Like the first days of every program you're trying to follow determine how you spend the rest of the days. So it's worth investing, it's worth being hard on yourself at first for the first few days, and afterward it will be easier to acquire and do the habits that you're trying to develop, right? So pay attention always in whatever programs you're trying to follow, to stick to the program for the first days at least. Now moving on to lesson number 2, which is basically related to what I talked about in the intro, which is Duae. See, this is a holy month, generous month, right? We all take the opportunity to ask Allah to give us whatever we are willing to have this year, etc. So there is this one thing that always Allah accepts, which is Hidayah. And I personally think that it is the key. If you have it, like nothing else matters, everything else will be great, you'll be happy in your life, and you'll find yourself so peaceful deep inside, which is being close to God, being good with Allah, having a good relationship with Allah. So ask God to guide you to the right path, ask God to help you to get rid of bad habits that you have. Doing so, you will elevate your iman, your relationship with God, and so you are feeding your soul. Becoming spiritual, becoming religious more and more feeds your soul, right? As we feed our bodies, our souls also need to be fed. And if you feed your soul, you become a happy person, and you no longer care about what people think. You no longer care about the reaction of people, right? You take the initiative to greet people. You take the initiative to love people for the sake of Allah. And this is very interesting, right? There is another hadith. I'm gonna be trying to make it in the screen or in the description, inshallah, where basically if you love a person for the sake of Allah, a colleague, a friend, a family member, right? And he does the same. He loves you for the sake of Allah. Allah loves both of you, right? And he bless your relationship. So if you gain the love of Allah, I mean, what are you waiting for? What else you want to have, right? So learning to love each other for the sake of Allah, learning to become a better person, learning to become spiritual, to elevate yourself, will help you gain and reach the ultimate goal, like most of us want, which is happiness in this life. And here I want to add just one last point, talking about worship. There's this quote that I read in this book called Psychology from the Islamic Perspective, where it says, the quote will be appearing on the screen somewhere: when you truly believe in Allah, people who really know Allah, they do not make worship actions as routines. Instead, their daily routine become worship. Let me explain. Giving zakat, fasting, praying become no longer a routine that you do every day. But even when you do every single thing, like the simple thing, like for example, you're studying for the sake of Allah. God, I'm studying because you asked us to study. God, I'm eating healthy because you are giving us this body and we should take care of this body. I am forgiving this person for the sake of you, for the sake of Allah, for example, right? I'm respecting the law for the sake of Allah. I'm wearing this and that for the sake of Allah. Doing this really helps a lot and make you detach from, how am I going to explain? Make you detach yourself from, I'm not going to say material, this dunya, this material world, but it makes the bond and your relationship with Allah stronger. And so if the relationship is stronger, you believe that everything that you will have, as it says in the hadith, عجبا لأمر المسلم إذا أصابه خيرا فرح فكان خيرا له إذا أصابه شرا صبر فكان خيرا له. So whatever happens to you, you always believe that it is good for you. So what are you waiting for? You're becoming a good person, and you believe that everything that happens, even if some things that sounds bad are good for you, you are happy. And this all comes from one thing: the first dua, where you ask Allah for guidance. So what are you waiting for? Ask Allah for guidance, and inshallah you'll be living a happy life. Thank you so much for listening to the end. Really appreciate it. And yeah, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, leave a like. Without further ado, you're a legend, and see you in another video.